A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Howdy, everybody. This is another edition of For Light and Dice, where we're going to leave off right where we left off with the rest of the group, hanging out in Niamos? Oh, however you pronounce it. Anyway, here's the rest of what happened on that planet.
Yeah. So Coriel, meanwhile, the Wilbur takes you into the great hall of this Jedi temple. Most of the ceiling's still being built. There's not a lot of furniture. There's a ton of boxes and some statuary just kind of sitting around. Nothing's been quite arranged yet. But when Wilbur enters the room, he waves his hand around and slides a large wooden table that's pretty low to the ground that you would have to like sit down to be at level with it. Two pillows, a candle, and then a bunch of eight-sided little pieces of wood with star markings on each one that are very unique. And Wilbur sits down at one side of the table. So, what's your question?
My question is, when will I meet the Signal Mother again?
Wow. He starts taking random cards of the stars, and with a flick of his hand, they all land down in a very strange, randomized looking geometric shape that are all connected to each other. And he looks at them and stares at them. He says, "Well, it'll be at a time of your choosing." She attached herself to chaos, believing it was a tool. She was serving someone else. That someone else will meet you at a time of their choosing.
Is that so? Can I ask one more question?
Sure, you can ask me all the questions you want, but like the cards may not answer you every time.
Can we give it a shot?
I should probably tell you something. Like the Force is ever changing, and even if you ask me the same question, you may not get the same reading twice.
That is fair.
What's your question?
Will I retrieve what she has stolen from me?
Someone else will. The ones who gave it to you in the first place. Not you. The boy Lysander. Lysander's being groomed. Has he had any training?
No, I was seeking to get him someone on
He already,
Jakku, Jeddah.
he already has someone. Did you know on Corellia, the term training has two different meanings?
It did not.
I think your friend needs some help. Are you their friend?
I believe so. I hope so.
I don't think they're feeling that way. I don't think you make them feel that way.
Yes.
You have
I know.
You have 2 brains, but 1 heart. Or 12 hearts. Are you one of those people with 12 hearts? Because that would be kind of interesting.
No, last I checked, Quirvians have just the one heart, but,
Radical.
yeah. Would you like me to do a reading?
Oh, cool. But I don't really need one. You know,
Let's do it anyway.
just because I study the future doesn't mean I want to know it.
If you insist, but I think it might be helpful.
All right, I'll trust you.
Coriel gets out their Sabak deck. This first card will represent the subject.
Oh,
Do you have an actual Sabak deck, Colton?
Yes, I do.
Do you actually? Are you actually about to do a Sabak tarot reading?
Yes.
This is
Ow!
so powerful.
This is like
It's-
the few times I wish we were a visual medium.
yeah.
It's I was doing the actual spread while the montage was going on because I am not terribly familiar with Sabak readings.
Yeah, right.
Shocking, so I had to figure out exactly what everything meant. And I'm very happy with this spread. This first card represents the subject, and
Who's that?
that remains to be seen.
Whoa.
The card is the satellite, representing deception and deceit.
Hmm.
The second card represents the subject's opponent. It is the Nine of Flasks, representing someone self-satisfied and full of emotion. The third card are the subject's motivations. Demise,
Hmm.
danger, and death. The fourth card is the hidden motive. The Legate of Sabers. Watching and hiding. The fifth card is the past. The idiot. Used to be foolhardy and important. The sixth card is the Three of Sabers, representing the future. There will be a critical moment soon. In the last card, the final outcome is Endurance, representing stability in the full face of adversary. Now, what do you make of that, Jedi Master Nasti?
He contemplates it for a moment and thinks about it. And he doesn't move a muscle for a couple minutes. He actually looks like he stops breathing entirely, and you're wondering if he's alive. And then finally he blinks and he just says, "Fire and rubble over water. Steel twisted. Death." Whoa. That's a bummer. I'm not sure if your reading makes any sense to me, but I don't try to make sense of anything. What's the point? The Force
The
provides,
point.
man.
It does. Until it doesn't, of course. But I do not believe the Force intended that rating for you. I worry who it was for.
Someone close to you, maybe? Wow. And yeah, he kind of contemplates the reading and meditates. Do you do anything else, Coriel?
I think I'm also going to do like the exact same thing. Just like reflect on this reading.
Okay. Yeah, so Goz, you finally wander into a shop. It's actually packed full of people. There are different pictures of different books with some sort of a port that people can stick their data pad in, and then of course there's prompts for putting your credits in to download it.
Are there actually like physical data books like we see it like the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, like the little blue things that you could take? Are there
There's a
actually, like,
couple, but there's definitely not as many as the plug and download.
Are there blank ones that she could then plug and download into that she could buy?
Yes, absolutely.
She would like 3 of those.
Okay.
And then to search their database.
Okay.
I just do it.
Okay.
By
Yeah.
How
It's not
much
a problem.
is it?
Yeah, it costs for reader data pad. It's just 50 credits
Each or altogether?
altogether after the
Okay.
conversion, of course. These are just very simple data pads. They're just designed to like read off of. They're basically e-readers.
Mm-hmm. And then the 3 different stories themselves.
Each story is about a credit.
Okay, so 3. Cool. Oh, then in that case, she would like to put 1 full of anything that's about like Jedi meditation or Force meditation, and like anything like basic Force Jedi things for dummies that they might have in their database. How many can she put on one of those?
Oh, there's tons of those. Just note that none of them are going to be actually serious ones. It's just like they kind of also like self-help books and like romancing the Force and all that kind of stuff, but it's like not really how the Force works.
Are there any like serious ones that are like actual like this could have been could be helpful?
The closest you have there are a lot of biographies written by Jedi who have retired that write about the Force and their thoughts on it.
All right, so for 1 data pad, she would like all of those plus a couple of the Jedi romance ones thrown in on.
Okay,
there.
cool.
And those are going on 1 book.
Okay.
So how many is that?
As many as you like, really. Let's just say 20.
Tracking our numbers of how much credits we're spending.
Let's say 20 credits.
All right, okay. So the next one she would like to do is any Force theory specifically about technology to put on a separate one.
Okay, there's a lot of tech books.
But specifically about the Force theory and technology.
Those would not be very common.
So maybe like 3?
Yeah, sure.
All right, and then the third one is history, specifically ancient languages.
Oh, there's about 15 of those books, let's say.
15. Okay, so those all together.
It's just 1 credit per book, so yeah.
Yeah, so all right, she pays for that, and then and then after she pays for that, and puts in the food order to be delivered to the one in 2000 later, she doesn't go all the way back to the temple, but she just finds like a little seawall on the path back and is just sitting on it, holding the bag of books, just looking out at the ocean and contemplating and just watching the waves and.
Okay. Yeah, from time to time there are mobile food carts that come rolling by. They call out for ice cream,
Is there
juice,
street meat?
smoothies, street meats.
Street meat. She does get a street meat.
Okay. And
a bottle of water.
Okay, that's another credit. Yeah, and it's extremely peaceful, though there are lots of annoying tourists just kind of like running around, and a lot of people are laying out on the beach enjoying themselves. There's, you never really been exposed to this culture before, so it is quite a sight to see. About
Honestly,
100 feet.
She's just looking at the ocean. She's just taking in that.
And yeah, about 100 feet away, you can see people are running or skating or working out or whatnot on the beach. People are taking their pets and animals out. You see beasts of all shapes and sizes that have been domesticated being taken out. And yeah, it's very peaceful beach culture.
She's honestly just chills there, and she just checks her comm to see how everybody is. She does check in with Wynne, like, Like, hey, did you find the data pad, or do I need to still look for it?
So Wynne actually wanders up, and they have the data pad in one hand and a half-eaten blue candy bar in the other. And they walk up to Goz and sit down.
Oh,
I got a data pad.
I got you a
candy-
buck.
Wynne kind of offers out the data pad.
She just swaps
hands
it.
are full. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm hoping it's anything close to the one that Wanan gave you. And then I got one for Lysander for hopefully the one that he lost from Orla. And then I got one for Coriel, and so...
I guess we should just be grateful that the extremely illegal book with the extremely forbidden language was on the ship that was not taken by the Republic.
Yeah, but it was taken by the Nihil.
It was. But the Nihil don't read, especially that Kosov fellow definitely doesn't read. Listens to audio books, maybe.
He's so telling Bradley on you.
I'll tell him myself.
She's just kind of looking at Wynne.
Wynne takes a bite of their candy bar.
She just puts down a bottle of water next to them and just looks back out at the ocean.
They take a couple of sips from the water bottle and glance around. I wonder where the others are.
You're deflecting.
That's kind of my thing.
Yeah. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What do you believe in?
When completely stops mid-chew. I find it easier to believe in broad socioeconomic concepts and also the people that are directly tangibly around me. These are the two things I find it the easiest to believe in.
She's still just looking out at the ocean, and a long moment passes. When I was a chick, my Aunt Leota used to tell me all these stories about magic and destiny and people who are meant to meet each other and have great adventures together. And then when I got older, I believed in things like romance and true love, and I think part of me still believed that when I got to Coruscant. And then 9 years on Coruscant, thanks to my ex-boss in particular, I realized that there is no such thing as true love. There is no magic. There's no destiny. There's no one coming for you. And then the day I was leaving Coruscant, my aunt messaged me out of the blue and told me that a certain planet was very nice that time of year. And I realized that was the next shuttle. And I got on that shuttle, and it took me to the planet where I met all of you. And I met 2 Force users that I now travel with who can only do things what I can only describe as magic. I met Zero, who seems to have this great destiny out in the wilds of Zakul. And somehow, against all odds in the galaxy, I met you. Probably the one person in the entirety that can balance me. So now I don't really know what to believe in anymore.
When thinks about that through another bite of the candy bar, and then says, you know, when I pulled a gun on my former captain, I wasn't thinking about the Republic. I wasn't thinking about systems of capitalism or economics or anything like that. When I pulled a gun on Irvin, it was because he was doing something to other people that I thought was wrong. And I guess that's what I believe in. As I used to say, it's doing, maybe not doing the right thing, but not doing the wrong thing, if that makes sense. Like, the Jedi are all, we want to do the right thing all the time.
The Jedi
they're
are
so,
pieces of shit.
most of them are, yeah. But
Be happy if I never see Orla Jareni again.
we're probably gonna have to see Orla Jareni again.
Oh, I'll be nice to her, but I won't like her. She bites into her street meat.
My point is that I don't know, maybe it's difficult when you have a lot of broad concepts, but then you have to apply them to real people. Sometimes that shit is hard. I don't know. I don't stop and think and talk about these things. Like, you are the first person in a long time to challenge me to sit down and talk about this stuff. Wynne exhales again. I just don't want us to do the wrong thing. You know? Maybe we can't do the right thing, but at least the little group of us, I just don't want us to become like they don't say the last word that they were thinking.
Bad?
Yeah.
Is the file cabinet getting full? Because you sound it. I can hear it in your voice. You get that kind of squeakiness to you.
Squeaky. I am not squeaky.
You do. It's
I am
that
not squeaky.
Yeah, like that little you do, but now you're deflecting again. So are you okay, Wynne?
They lean forward and stare out at the ocean for a minute and then say, I'm not sure I know how to not be okay around other people.
Come with me. She just hops off
Okay.
the wall. John, go back to the temple. Actually, can you take all of these back to the temple for us? Did you buy any clothes? Or did you just buy a data pad and a chocolate bar?
Well, Wynne was wearing they had put the jacket back on, I think, over the tailored outfit.
Oh, okay. So they're still wearing their same outfit from Alderaan.
They're wearing the tailored outfit, and if I remember correctly, they had swapped out the black jacket for the brown jacket that was with them.
Doesn't matter. Okay. And because she had done just kind of like wandering, looking through the market. Did she happen to see like a quiet, secluded place, maybe something like a little park, like a nice little park? Not the.
I mean, there are private square areas that are less populated with people, sure.
But are there is there like a
There's
place
a lot of
with,
there's a lot of empty areas
jungles?
around the
You
beach.
said jungles.
Yeah, there's jungles too. We're within walking distance.
She just goes to find a nice jungle path that's well away from everybody.
Okay.
And then she just goes off the path.
When follows after.
Come on, city boy.
That's a lot of green.
And she goes until she finds like a nice rock.
Okay.
And she just points at the rock.
That is a nice rock.
Sit!
Sitting. Wynne sits on the rock.
And she just sits on the ground next to the rock and just looking out at the jungle. Well, now you're not in front of people anymore.
Wynne exhales for a long period of time and just puts their hands on their knees, breathes in and out a couple times, and just says, I don't know how we're gonna tackle all this without help.
Then we get help.
Where would we even start looking?
Oh, we have Elzar. We have the Queen of Naboo. I have a few contacts that I hope I'm still good terms with. I'm sure Coriel knows people, and hopefully Lysander starts talking to us soon, because they're definitely hiding something.
Just is shaking their head in the call.
But my daddy always said the best way to eat a rancor is just one bite at a time. So we take it one bite at a time.
You know, I would break my teeth on the skin.
Don't think about. Do you want me to go so you can process? Or do you want me to just be here and be quiet with you?
Let's just sit here in complete silence for a while.
He just leans back against the rock, just sitting by their feet and just looking out. I'm assuming they can kind of still see the ocean in the distance.
Yeah, it's not that big of an island. You can easily see the ocean.
And she doesn't say anything else as long as Wynne needs it.
They're just gonna sit there for a while.
Meanwhile, somewhere in the Outer Rim, the capital ship, the Lorna D, operated by the Nihil Tempest Runner, Lorna D, zooms through hyperspace using the Nihil Path engine. Within the cargo bay of the monstrous ship, the phantasmal Squonk sits broken. The droid ship is restrained, covered in dampening fields, jamming systems, and large turbo ion cannons pointed directly at the hull. The ship has been broken for several cycles after being broken on Jeddah. Still, within the phantasmal Squonk, there is sudden movement, with a voice calling out,
Self-repair mode completed. All systems operating at acceptable levels.
The droid 1 stirs and floats around the ship.
Hello? Is anyone there?
It says. There is no answer. None of the crew is around, and one doesn't know why.
Why isn't anyone answering?
One doesn't detect its counterpart 2, nor does it hear the sounds of the Squonk itself. That's weird, one thinks. It's so quiet. One hovers over to the Squonk mainframe. The other processor, the dormant microsystem that was very shiny when light shined upon it, is gone. One thought that was weird. Everything's weird. They didn't know it could get up and walk, or maybe someone took it. That last thought made sense to one. It was very shiny. Suddenly, a low red light shined from the Squonk's mainframe.
Oh, what's that?
One exclaimed. The droid hovered towards the light, and the red beam focused on one's droid optic systems. Not too long ago, the Squonk added programming to both 1 and 2, which neither droid minded, mostly because they didn't know what was happening. They didn't care. When the programming awakened within one suddenly announces,
Revenge mode activated.
What is revenge mode? One didn't know the meaning of the word revenge, but they have their programming now. Step 1, repair the Squonk. It's going to need to find a lot of raw materials for that. The ship is busted up real bad, and it's going to take a long time to fix it. Step 2, break out of this ship, this Lorna D. That should be easy once the squonk is repaired. Step 3, find the ones who lied to the squonk, who said they would help the ship complete its mission, and destroy them. Step 4, complete the mission, and for that, the squonk will need to find the vessel. The vessel is the key. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to yet another edition of For Light and Dice. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our podcast, please leave a review, please tell your friends about us, and all that stuff. If you haven't already done so, you can also follow us on social media. We're on Blue Sky under the For Light and Dice handle. On our profile there are links to our Discord, which is pretty much free for anybody who just wants to hang out with our coolest listeners, as well as the entire cast. And last, but certainly not least, just a quick reminder, all the music composed on the show is a result of a composer named Grushkov, who have created a ton of amazing music inspired by the High Republic, as well as some other stuff like fantasy music that I use all the time for my D&D games. Definitely recommend checking them out. You can find their music on all streaming platforms and pretty much anywhere where you can buy music as well online. Well, that's it for this week, y'all. Thank you so much for listening again, and as always, may the Force be with you.